Kings of Courage. I am so happy to have you here. It feels like I invited you to a party and you showed up. We are going to have fun here. We're going to do some healing, how to get you to the next place that you want in life with your recovery and putting it behind you. And I've had over 10,000 men on my email list for quite some time. And I realized that I wanted to interact and engage with you guys in a way that is so much stronger than just email. So this is brand new as of October 2024. And I don't even know what I'm going to put in here yet. I just wanted to get it here, get it started, get something to you guys. And I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to make sure that you have fun with this. I'm going to continually be adding more value. And I've been helping men overcome pornography addiction and other sex-related addictions since 2019. Before that, I was a wildlife biologist. Here in the Redwood Forest in Northern California. And I had several things that fell into my lap in life that compelled me to change gears. So back in 2016, I actually ingested a naturally occurring seafood neurotoxin that put a 19 millimeter lesion on the left front lobe of my brain, giving me really severe PTSD, a chronic illness that almost took my life dozens of times and affected my autonomic nervous system and had all these near-death experiences. And it's a miracle that I'm alive. And that experience also gave me hypersexuality disorder. And for me, my outlet was not pornography, but real life men. And that's why we address any sex-related addiction whatsoever. The addiction is never the problem. It's a symptom of the real problem from unresolved emotional wounds residing in your subconscious mind. We'll get to that another time. And the other thing that happened in my life during that 5-year recovery period was for a few of those years, I was with a man who was severely addicted to pornography. That's how I learned what pornography addiction even was. And he would reject most of my sexual advances because he had too much performance anxiety, and his pornography use made it so that he couldn't actually be aroused in the presence of a real person. He needed to be alone and with a digital screen. And that's more and more common these days. So that was the introduction of how I learned what pornography addiction even was, and that it can be so deeply damaging. And it's always a trauma response. But I don't even always like to use that word trauma because most people don't relate to trauma who actually have it because it's more common than we actually think. We can just say unresolved emotional wounds of the past that are still residing within your subconscious mind and your nervous system. And your subconscious mind is trying to feel better still from those old emotional wounds of the past that created limiting beliefs, limiting habits, behaviors, subconscious patterns, and a sense of insecurity or feelings of maybe low self-worth, inadequacy, not good enough. Those are all symptoms of unresolved emotional wounds of the past. And anytime someone has that residing within them, the stronger that they have those things, the higher the risk is that that individual can fall into an addiction. More on that later. But I just wanted to give you a warm welcome into this community and thank you for being here. And I'm going to be adding things. It's going to be fun for us. There's times where it may demand courage, right? Because this recovery journey does demand that. And that's not a bad thing. And you have the full opportunity and you deserve to fully, wholly, and completely heal and recover from this addiction or any other addictions. And when I help men overcome pornography or other sex-related addictions, we technically address any and all other addictions that you show up with, and here's why. And usually addictions don't come solo. There's usually other ones attached to it. We call them escapism behaviors. And oftentimes what we see that's really common in like 12-step programs, for example, is someone will say overcome alcohol, But then, before you know it, you notice they're in a different 12-step program to try to overcome pornography or drugs or gambling or eating. And you see, they never addressed the addiction problem at all. They just did what's called dopamine switching or addiction switching. And they're switching their source of the addiction, and they just switch from one addictive escapism to the next. And here, in the Kings of Courage community, the name of my program is called Leap of Courage. Leap of Courage. Kings of Courage is who you are. Leap of Courage is what you do. And so in my Leap of Courage course and program, we actually do the root cause healing to heal from the old emotional wounds of the past so that your nervous system and subconscious mind finally feel safe enough to no longer have that drive to engage in that addictive escapism behavior, because you have replaced it with a true sense of inner security rather than some addictive escapism outside of you that fills you with a set of neurochemicals that falsely allows you to believe that you're doing the right thing, but is actually more damaging. This is why pornography, and technically any other addiction, can be called the adult security blanket. It is the adult security blanket. Even though it may have started, the addiction sometimes starts before adulthood, but it remains in adulthood as your adult security blanket, the escapism from the stressors in your life, whether it's an internal stressor from your own thoughts or something bombarding you from the world. Those are stressors. A stress response is what you physiologically experience on the inside of you. And when we have a stress response, that is the number one trigger to compel someone to go engage in an addictive escapism behavior or choice, such as pornography or any other addictive escapism. So we address things holistically here, because otherwise it doesn't even matter. Because otherwise you're just gonna go and be addicted to something else. Sure, you might not have pornography in your life, but now you have addicted yourself to something else, like video games or emotional eating or gambling or alcohol or vaping. The list goes on and on. Social media, dating apps, online shopping, gambling. We are bombarded with these addictive escapisms all the time. It's in our face, right? And there's things we can do about that. Oh, the news, that's another one. Whew, that's a bad one. That's a real bad one. Okay, so welcome to my community. It doesn't even feel good to say it's not my community. It is our community, collectively as a tribe. This is our community. This is just as much your community as it is my community. We are in this together. This community would be nothing without you. The reason why it's special is because you are here. You are all here. We are all here collectively together to support each other, to learn, to grow, to be committed, to make solid choices, to take yourself to the next level. And one day you won't even need to be a part of this community anymore, because you will have put this problem so far behind you. You'll just be on with your life doing bigger and better things, which is exactly why you're here. This is a stepping stone to get to what you actually want in life. I want that for you. You want that for you. You deserve that for yourself, and you are more capable than you even realize to be able to make that happen for yourself. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's it for now. Go ahead and get started in this free school community. I'm going to be adding fun stuff, and this is so fun already. Bye-bye.